Hey guys, I played 3 games versus lower rated opponents and explained my thought process, ideas, plans, and everything that was happening on the board. Keep watching. Okay, well, e4, and I will play my favorite e5 here. And well, the main line is knight f3, that's what he's playing. I will play knight c6 this time. He could play bishop b5, he's playing bishop c4, so we go for Yuko piano with bishop c5, and here he has many lines. Oh, he's playing the Evans Gambit. Well, this is a nice line. I don't accept the Gambit. We can decline the Evans Gambit with bishop a6, and we avoid all those tactics lines, and it's just like a similar to a normal Yuko piano, so this is fine. Well, he can play b5 here. I will play knight d4. It's a beautiful trick here, and if he takes the pawn, I play queen g5, but well, he's not falling for that. He's playing a4, and then, well, usually a6 is the best, but as I'm thinking of the trick here, I'm going to play a5. Inviting him to play b5, knight d4, and if he takes here on e5, then there is queen g5. This is a famous trick, and black could be very well. I mean, decisive advantage if he continues taking pawns, but I guess he can just stay in a bad position if he doesn't continue taking the pawn with a knight, I think, if I remember well. So let's see, knight d4, I think the right move here is something like d3 castling. He shouldn't accept the pawn on e5. Okay, he played bishop b2, let's see how to continue now. I'm thinking, the first thing I'm thinking here is d6, bishop g4. I mean, I can't trade, but I'm improving his queen. I don't like that. I can also play d5 and develop very quickly. That's an option, but I don't think I have enough compensation. So yeah, I just play d6 here, and we play this position. Well, in the end, he didn't fall for the trick with knight takes e5. So, well, he's more or less fine. I mean, equal game, more or less, I guess. Normal moves here, I guess castling is fine. About the trades on d4, I don't think they are especially strong. I should capture here with the bishop, because if I capture with the pawn, the bishop is going to be very bad here. So I think the capture with the bishop is fine. Then c3. Well, there's this capture here on f2, but after the check he plays g3. I don't think I get too much, so I'm just going back to b6. Okay, d4, and then he could be taking here on trading, so that's like a threat at this point. So maybe I just take here on d4 first, but then he's playing e5. So wait, he takes. I could develop over e7. That's an option. That's an option. Yeah. I can also play this move, knight a6, which is a little strange, but I don't like to trade here because this pawn here is blocking the bishop, is blocking the knight, so I would like to keep that pawn on c3. So yeah, knight h6, if he trades, I take. If he trades on d8, I take. And this looks interesting. I think I like this idea. The knight is on the edge, but I have options later over g4, so yeah, this looks interesting. Also, if he trades, my bishop is going to be good in that diagonal. So yeah, this line, this move knight h6 is actually looking interesting. A normal move here is just castling, I guess. I don't think he can get too much with the trades. Okay, he just castled at this point, and well, I think the main line for black is just castling here. I don't see anything better than that. So yeah, I castle first, and then we can think of a way to develop the bishop, a way to improve the queen or the knight. So let's see what happens next. But by now I'm happy with the opening. Probably white is very slightly better. I'm not not sure, but this is looking fine. I mean, I have pressure in the center, my bishop is fine, my queen is also fine, so my knight can go to g4 later. These pieces are not playing by now, but I guess he's going to play knight d2 right now. Well, bishop c1, that's a little surprising. Bishop c1, he wants to capture here on a6, but I have ways to deal with that threat. I mean, I have many ways to deal with that. I can play queen f6, I can play queen h4, I can play knight g4, but then he's playing a3, I don't think I get too much. So yeah, my favorite should be queen f6, because I defend, I attack, and I activate my queen. So yeah, that's what I'm going to play, queen f6. Also have some ideas with queen g6 attacking, and some ideas later with bishop a3 attacking the king. Some threats over there. So yeah, queen f6 should be the best move, or one of the best moves in this position. I don't think the plan with bishop c1 is very well. I think he needed to improve pieces like knight d2, knight f3, put pressure, try to force me to take. I will try to avoid to take there as much as I could, maybe. But I think that was the way to play. I don't think bishop c1 is so strong here. And well, about now, I have pressure here, so yeah, probably bishop e3 is the move I was going to say. And here we have some options. Then knight g4 is an option, getting rid of the bishop, also activating the knight. Or bishop g4 is another option here, but probably he can play f3. What about bishop e6 here? I mean, pawn takes pawn is not a threat, right? I mean, I can capture with this. I'm fine. I'm fine if that happens. Yeah, I like bishop e6. Yeah. I mean, he can play d5, but it's not a big deal. I just go back, and then his bishop is going to be blocked. And I don't think I have any problem there. Also, there will be an open file over here, some pressure. So yeah, d5 is not a problem for me, I think. And out of that, I'm just trading a good piece. For the undeveloped piece on c8, I'm just trying to trade it. So yeah, this is fine. Knight d2 is an option, but wait, knight d2, he's losing something here. So yeah, knight d2 is not an option. Well, d5 is a move we already mentioned sometime before. I can play bishop g4 here, right? Because now f3 doesn't make sense because the bishop is hanging here. So bishop g4 is a move he's going to move the queen to d2. And then what? Do I have a way to increase the pressure there? Maybe queen g6, attacking and threatening this. That looks more or less interesting, right? Yeah. So bishop g4, queen d2, queen g6, bishop takes knight, and then bishop a3. I'm giving checkmate. You can play g3, I can take here. Oof, this is looking good. Okay, bishop g4, queen d2, queen here. If he takes the knight, I can play this. Oh no, but he plays bishop g5. Saving the bishop and stopping the mate. It's not going to work. Okay, so yeah, bishop g4 is not the best. I think I'm just going to play bishop d7 here. Yeah, okay, bishop d7 is fine here. And also my knight can go later to g4 if I want. I could trade here on e3 at some point now, and then go to g6 with my queen attacking e4. That could be an option, and then playing f5 maybe later if I want. So yeah, the knight has been on the edge of the board, but the move knight g4 is always a threat, it's always annoying. So it's not, if we analyze it that way, it's not so out of place, always creating problems over there. So I guess knight d2 is a normal move here, but I'm considering very seriously the trade on e3 and queen g6 later. This bishop is a good piece now, I mean it's controlling a lot of things, and white pawns are on light squares, they are blocked on light squares. That means that white's light squares bishop is bad, and white's dark squares bishop is good. So bishop e2 Not sure what he's trying to do. Probably he's controlling my knight or something. I guess I can trade here and play queen g5 or queen g6. And then try to play f5. I like that idea. Yeah, that looks fine. Yeah. As I was saying, now I have a good bishop, as his bishop is not so good because it's blocked by the pawns. Anyways, I want to play f5 very soon because I want to activate these pieces. Okay, rook f3 is a nice idea. He wants to defend and he wants to bring the rook over here. The rook is not creating any big problem by itself, it's only a rook. But, well, maybe later he can bring more pieces. So, rook f3, and the main option here is f5, right? I mean, our things are not so strong, so yeah, f5 is good. Okay, rook g3 is not a problem, I just play queen h4, or maybe I just go back, because actually I thought queen h4, I thought the bishop was controlling, but I kinda forgot that the pawn is blocking my bishop. So yeah, queen h4 is not so good. Well, if he plays rook h3, I can take the pawn over there. Let's see. Queen h4, rook h3, queen takes pawn. Is this working? I mean, he can play knight d2, and where do I go with my queen? Queen takes pawn, not working. Bishop c4, pinning queen and king. So not a good idea, queen h4, right? Well, I will play queen h4 just to make him play rook h3 if he wants. And then I just go back. I mean, I don't want to take on e4, I want to go back. But he takes here. He takes here, and I think I just take here, right? With the knight. And then he can play this. And then maybe I just go back. It's what I was planning. And then the idea was to force the queen to be on the same line as our bishop. That was the plan. Well, also I can play queen g5, targeting here. This looks even better, I think, because then I have threats on e3, but also some threat over the rook over there. I'm going to play queen g5. I like it better. Maybe he defends with the queen, like queen d2 or queen d3, but I have the feeling I could have something over there with the bishop, the knight, the queen and the rook so active over there. I should have something, so let's see. Queen d3. I'm going to assume he's playing queen d3 so I can get some extra time here. So queen d3, what do I play? Well, a way to improve is just doubling rooks. Rook f6, rook f8. That's a way to improve. I thought I could have something, but honestly I don't see anything. I mean, queen d3 I can try like e4 maybe, because if he takes, I play rook e8, that's an idea. But I don't like it that much. I mean, in the end... Okay, bishop d3. If I move my knight, he's taking h7. That's interesting. So, then what? I can play knight h4, but then rook g3 looks fine for him. Yeah. I can play e4, bishop takes, rook here. Not looking so good. Well, I can just play h6, right? That's an option. Okay, I'm just going to play h6. I will try to be a practical player. I'm not going to analyze too much. This, h6, and then I'm taking the pawn again. This is fine. Again, he should defend. Maybe queen e2, I think. Okay, queen e2. Now what? e4 is making more sense now, since the queen is there. When he takes, I can play rook here. Wait. What about this move? Knight d4? Because I'm taking the queen with check, and if he takes the knight, I can take the rook. Yeah, this looks good. Yeah, this looks good. Okay, this is interesting. Knight d4, and then when he takes the knight, I will be taking the rook. Yeah, well, in the end, I don't know if there was something better there, but what about bishop takes pawn here? Queen takes, check, king here. This is working fine, right? Bishop takes pawn, check, and then we take the bishop. Okay, yeah, this should be working. So maybe there was something better, but in the end, getting the exchange on h3, I think it was a good way to simplify the position and get some advantage. And then, well, check we set, right? King h1. I don't think there is anything good with this check or with this check. So yeah, we just take the bishop here. He needs to develop the knight, like 92 right now. Because I have many threats. Okay, knight d2. There is this move, queen d4, attacking and threatening this. Okay. Yeah, let's try this queen d4. I'm just going to take. Well, he can play rook d1. Okay. Knight e4 is interesting. I cannot take the pawn because there would be a check. That's fine. I guess I have to move my king. Can I just play queen here? Yeah, this is working, right? Queen f3. If I trade queens, I should win this. Yeah. So now we are in the end game. 2 pawns up. He wants to trade. I'm fine with that. And then I need to play b6, knight here. Yeah, in positions where your opponent has a knight, we need to be very careful. I mean, the knight is very tricky, so there are always ideas. So I'm going to defend this pawn because I don't like the passed pawn he can get once he captures there. But as I was saying, the knight is very tricky. We need to keep eyes very open in situations like this. I only have like 1 minute and I don't have increment this time, so we try to play more and talk less and try to avoid a fork with the knight. Is the main idea here. Yeah, the knight is very tricky all the time. 96, he wants to come here. Be careful with that. Yeah. Okay, come back. And now the plan rook b4, rook takes pawn, I think. Okay, check, not a problem, right? And just go up. Okay, king here. Now he's going to move the rook to give me some check. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, let's play rook here, right? This should be fine. So there will be a check, maybe I just come back. And then knight here, not a problem. Rook here. He's not going to trade, I guess. Something I should try to do is to trade rooks here. I think I'm losing the exchange here, but... oh, he didn't take it. Oh, this is a big mistake here. Okay, yeah, now this is winning very easily. Because I'm also getting the knight. Okay. So I'm gonna play Queen's Pawn, which is one of my favorite openings. And probably will play Queen's Gambit. So let's see. I mean, I can play London or other things, but I think Queen's Gambit is going to be fine. Well, he plays knight f6, so I go c4. Probably he's going to play like... yeah, he's going to play like King's Indian or Grunfeld here. So I'm gonna play my favorite line here, which is Samish. And this is also an anti-Grünfeld here, because if he plays d5, I can trade and play 4. Yeah, okay. So probably he wanted to play Grunfeld, but this line f3 works like an anti-Grunfeld. So here I can just trade and play e4 once he captures with the knight. And the idea, oh, he captures with the queen. The main line I think is knight taking with the knight, and then I could play e4, and he cannot trade on c3 because my knight is not yet there. So the idea with this line is that they say it's like an anti-Grunfeld because of that, because he cannot take on c3 and get the regular structure for a Grunfeld defense. So he takes with the queen. I guess the normal move here is knight c3, and then I will play e4 almost for sure. I mean, he can go queen a5, but well, we said we would play e4, right? This is fine here. And then we could be playing bishop e3, we could be playing bishop c4. So I want to get ready to castle as soon as possible. So probably this is fine. Typical ideas here are c5, putting pressure in my center. So that's another reason to play bishop c4. So I can play knight e2, bishop e3, and defend my center. So knight e2 and defending, also I'm castling. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, probably c5 again is an option. And then what? d5, bishop e3 are my favorite options by now. d5 is opening the diagonal, also is opening the square here on e5, so then I can go d7, e5 later. That's an idea for him. Bishop e3, he can trade and then rook d8, and he has a lot of pressure over the d file, we need to say that. Yeah, I'm gonna play d5, and well, in the end, as I said, he can play this plan knight d7, knight e5, which is very well. And well, we'll see how to deal with that, but probably I will just go back and try to advance later the pawns. Is what I'm thinking right now. Also, I'm planning this bishop on e3. I think it's going to be looking very well over there. So yeah, I don't think it's so bad for white. Well, knight e8 is not looking great. I mean, he has many undeveloped pieces here, so probably that's what he needs to do, to develop them, not go back with others. Of course, he has a plan. He wants to open the diagonal, he wants to go to d6. But I don't think d6 is so great. I mean, I can do things later with my pawns. Well, knight e8. I'm just going to castle here, right? Knight d6, I go back, either b3 or d3, probably b3. And this is going to be fine. Yeah, bishop b3 is fine here. c4, bishop here, not a big deal. He can try c4, queen c5, so I cannot bring my bishop to e3. That's an idea for black. But, well, in the end, I can just develop the bishop over some other square. It's not a big deal. Well, knight d7, I think it's a good moment to put the bishop there, so we avoid any of those lines. Knight e5 is a move here. An interesting move, I think, because it's going to c4. So yeah, this is really interesting, knight e5 here. Probably I need to go to f2, because when he goes to c4, I just need to focus on b2 and I don't have to deal with the double threat. So knight e5, bishop f2 is what I'm thinking. Well, b5, interesting, getting space on the queen side. a3 is the first move I'm looking at, because he's actually creating problems over there with, for example, b4. Knight a4 is not great. He can play c4. Yeah, he has some ideas over there. Okay, well, I would try a3 here, because b4 looks very annoying for me here. I mean, he's getting b2 in the end, and he's also playing c4, and I don't like that. So yeah, I would try a3, and we try to defend a little, but he can still, I know he can still play b4 maybe. So let's see. He can also try c4, but I don't think it's so strong. Okay, bishop a6. Now what? I mean, b4 is not a threat, I just take. So I don't think bishop a6 is getting too much. The question is how to take advantage of this move, how to use it, creating problems for him. I'm looking at this move, because b4 is not working because of the bishop hanging there. So f4, I don't have to worry about b4 taking my pawn here, because b4 does not exist, just because of that. So f4 wanted to play e5, he can still go there, but the fact that the bishop is blocked is going to be very helpful for me. So yeah, I'm gonna play f4 here, I think this is fine. In the end, if I can play e5, I will be able to play knight e4 later, and the knight is better, and also I will have pressure, so my pieces will start playing, and when I have a space and I have a lot of control in the center, if my pieces start playing, it's going to be a problem for him. So yeah, I think the move is fine. I don't think he can get anything with b4. Same thing with c4. I just go back, and then there would be a very nice square on d4 for my knight, or even my bishop. So I don't think the advances are working by now. I guess a normal move like rook c8 or something is what he needs to play. But then I would play e5. I don't think e6 or e5 is getting anything. I just trade, and the knight is hanging over there. f5 is not really strong. I mean, the king is there, so he's not going to get anything. So yeah, this is more or less fine now for white. I think the move bishop a6 could have been an important moment, a key moment in the game when he stopped. Okay, well, f6, this is a little strange. The king is there, but at least he's avoiding my advance. Well, the problem is that he's weakening too much, but on the other side, he's avoiding my advance, as I was saying. So let's see. I'm thinking moving the bishop back to play some b4. That's an idea here, because I'm trying to find a way to get d4, and that way is to get e6, and that way is over d4. So I'm looking at bishop here, b4, so I deflect the pawn, and then I can go later over there. So yeah, bishop c2 is the move I like right now. Yeah. Well, he can play knight c4. I missed that a little. Knight c4, I have to go back. Or I can play b4, but then he's taking the bishop. I don't like that. Yeah, so yeah, knight c4, just go back. Yeah, I really missed that move. Well, I can just forget the pawn, like bishop here. Well, rook e8, and then we said we would play b4, because if he traces, I take. If he takes, I take the bishop hanging, and all my pieces are protected over there. No problem over here. So yeah, b4 is good. He needs to move the queen back, I think. Like queen c7. But, I mean, once the queen goes back, once my rook is playing, as I said, if I have a space and my pieces are playing, this changes the position. And if I can do the plan knight d4, knight e6, I could be winning. So queen c7 I think is the best move. What do I play then? I think I'm trading on c5, and then I'm playing rook c1. I don't see anything better than that. Because I don't want him to get a passed pawn later. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, we are trading. And we are playing rook c1. We need to remember that he's playing this idea of like c4. I almost forget that. So if I play rook c1, he can play knight d4, attacking bishop, attacking pawn. I can just go back to f2, and then he takes my pawn. And well, I could have some compensation there, but well, I don't think I want to lose one pawn right now. At the same time, I don't have too much time to create new ideas. Yeah, let's try this knight d4 immediately. And the idea is that I don't move the rook, so the pawn is still protected. After knight c4, I can just go back. There's a pawn hanging here. I need to see what happens if he takes that pawn. I need to take a look at that. So yeah. So knight c4. Maybe bishop f2 is not the best. He can capture here. So yeah. Oh, okay, e5. There are ideas here with b4. Then I'm taking, and okay. I think I'm going to capture here. If he takes with the rook, I play knight c6. If he takes with the pawn, I don't know. Probably I would play knight c6 anyway. And the idea is that I'm taking the knight on c5. Yeah, this is more or less fine. I mean, I'm threatening things. My knight is on a good square. I'm controlling the center, and Well, his bishop on a6, I don't like to say he's doing nothing because there are many threats, there are many tactics with that bishop over there, so the bishop is more or less dangerous, we should say. Yeah, right now he can play b4. Well, I can just move my queen, because if he takes the knight, I'm taking the knight over there. So I'm just going to play here queen d1, and then I'm taking the knight, if he takes my knight. So let's see, he can try this, getting my good knight over there. But in the end, after a trade here, I will be attacking the knight on d6. So probably it's not a big deal, it's not a big problem for me if he plays bishop b5. And I can just continue improving pieces like rook b1 and things like that. This is a passed pawn here on d5, but it's really well blocked by the knight on d6. So if I could put more pressure on that blocker, maybe over the diagonal, it could be interesting. Also, I have some ideas with the pawn on a7. I'm taking that pawn right now. He has a passed pawn here, but I think I can get it. I mean, it's very weak. Maybe queen f3, queen c3 is an idea. However, he can play rook f8 right now, threatening rook f1. That's a move. That's a move. Queen f8. I mean, rook f8. Queen g4. I'm fine. I'm defending, and I'm attacking at the same time. So yeah, rook f8 is not a problem. Bishop b5 is not a problem. Play rook b1, right? Okay, rook b1. If he takes, I take. I'm getting the knight on d6. And also the diagonal is open now. I have a passed pawn here on c6. And I have the two bishops. Okay, rook d8. Well, I'm not sure. I think I'm just going to put my bishop on d5 and see what happens later. Well, the bishop on d5 he can take here anyway. So probably it's not going to... I mean, bishop d5 he takes. And then... I don't have any tactics, right? Well, maybe I take first and then I put the bishop there. That looks more or less interesting. I mean, I don't have too much time. And I think this idea, simplifying a little and with some good position. I mean, my bishop is much better than his bishop. It's blocked by the pawn. And I have a passed pawn on the 6th rank, protected by my bishop and going to the 7th rank. That's why I liked this idea. So yeah, this is fine. I'm going to play... I have many ideas. Also, like attacking the pawn on c3 later. Also many ideas over the back rank, so probably he needs to go to d8 at some point. And the queen is blocking one pawn. That's not good. Okay, bishop here, I guess he's trying to go over there. But what if I play queen f3, then I'm attacking there. Oh, he can play c2. Yeah. Rook b7, he can take the pawn, and then he can take here. I don't like it. I don't like it. So I'm just going to move my queen. Yeah, I'm just going to put the queen here on d3, attacking the... Oh, I forgot the pawn. I forgot the pawn there. Okay, well, I don't think he can take it because I can play check, check, and probably some more check over there. And then I'm taking the queen. Yeah, okay. So he should not take the pawn. And if he plays bishop d2, well, I can still play this idea. Rook b7 is actually working. It has always worked. Yeah, it has always worked. Because I can give a check, and not a check, and then give a check with the queen, and then I get out of the pin, and then I'm taking his queen. So yeah, it's probably working. Queen d3 is still a... I mean, this is not like a terrible move, because the queen is a little more active. and I'm covering e3, so the bishop cannot go there. But I need to say that I really missed that move. However, I don't think it's working because of this check. We said we would play check here, right? And then here we said we would play this check here. He needs to play bishop f4 at this point. Then he takes his queen, he plays this. And he's promoting. Yeah, the game is still very complicated. Yeah, this is still very unclear. Well, at least I have a draw here. I mean, rook takes bishop is not going to work, I think. And check. You can go here. Oh, no, that's a mistake. That's a mistake. Because now I take with check. Yeah, that was a mistake from him. Yeah. Yeah, the only compensation was the pawn. So if I can take the queen with check and also the pawn, now I have to play very fast. I have like 20 something seconds. So this is fast now. Bishop d5, whatever he plays, right? Yeah. Okay, so check, check, and then bishop here, check, check. I think I have made. Okay. Well, very complicated, but in the end we could win the game. This time I'm going to play Scandinavian, which is one of my favorite lines. And well, he doesn't take. He plays e5. That should be a mistake. I think I play bishop f5 here. I don't really remember how I play, but this is looking good. The idea is that I can play e6 later, and then my bishop is outside the chain of pawns, and then I can play a lot of things. For example, I can play... I think I don't... I'm thinking 97 here, but I think I'm just going to trade. So I was saying that I can play a lot of things. I'm just like playing, for example, a Caro-Kann, where black plays c65 into tempos, and I think I will play this time in only one move. So that's what I like about this. Also, I'm playing like a French with the bishop outside the chain of pawns. So I'm playing either of them without the problem we usually have in those defenses. So I have the option of bringing this knight over c6, which is a plan I like, and I think it looks fine for black. I guess the bishop should go to e7 in these lines, and then normal moves are rook c8, queen b6. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, he plays b4. He's thinking of this line just like a French defense, but it's not the same. I mean, in French the bishop is on c8 or maybe on d7 one best. But this time it's not that situation. I'm playing rook c8 because if he plays b5 I can go to a5 and he cannot take my pawn on a7. So yeah, I'm playing rook c8 here, and I have some very nice idea with some bishop takes b4 and knight takes ic2, but he castles, so I don't think this is going to work now. Well, b5 is not a threat anymore. I mean, I just go here and I'll get the outpost over there. So I think I'm just going to castle here, right? I mean, there are some attack ideas with knight g5, but I don't think it's going to work too much. So the plan is to try to use the weaknesses over there. Maybe I want to bring the knight to c4 at some point. Also, maybe I want to play some f6 at some point. Because, yeah, this pawn is good. I mean, he's getting a space because of that. Well, I think this idea of knight b6, I'm thinking either knight b6, but knight b6 he can play b5, and then I don't have knight a5, so he can take my pawn when I go back with the knight. So probably knight b6 is not going to work right now. I probably need to play a6 first, before I can play that. The other option here is to play f6, which is the typical idea in these positions, to fight against this chain of pawns in the center. So yeah, I think I'm going to play f6. Yeah, the other plan is a6, and I think I'm going to use it very soon. Because here I just don't have too much pressure. I mean, I'm just controlling g5, but the pressure is not too much. I mean, the pawn is very well defended on e5, I mean. So a6 here, what if he plays b5? Then I have to trade. So maybe I'm not playing a6. Oh, this pawn here is actually annoying, right? Yeah, I'm just playing a6. If he plays b5, I can also go back to b8. It's not great, but in the end of the line, I have a lot of pressure on c3, and I like that. So yeah, I don't think I'm like better here, because in the end he has a lot of space and he has developed all his pieces, and I have not been able to work too much with his weaknesses. But I'm not lost either, I think. So I'm looking at knight a7, knight b5 as an idea here. I'm looking at knight b6, but he can play knight c5. I don't think I can get too much there. So yeah, this is like a threat here. In the end I can trade my bishop for his knight and go to c4. But he can trade my knight more or less easily by playing knight d2. Well, then I can replace my knight there. This is an idea, right? Yeah, so knight b6, knight c5, I trade, and then I play knight c4. If he plays knight d2, I replace my knight. I mean, I reinforce c4 with another knight, and I think that's more or less fine. So I'm gonna play this. I mean, I cannot stay with my minor pieces here. I need to make progress. So yeah, and trading the bishop for the knight in this position should not be a big problem. The knight is a little better, as the position is a little or very blocked. The knights are a little better here. My bishop is not too strong. So I'm okay with this trade on c5. I'm okay with that. Also, I can try knight d2 here. Okay, knight c5. We already said we would take the knight, and then we would play knight c4 in the next. So knight c4 after knight d2, we said we can play knight 6 to a5, or also we can trade first and play knight a5. Either way is fine. Well, he's playing bishop c1, which is a little surprising. I didn't expect this move. Yeah, I don't think it's so strong. Let's see. So I can trade here, and he takes the pawn, but I don't think that helps me that much. I think I can block now that I don't have bishops and I have knights. The idea of blocking the little is fine. I want to play a5 too, but I need that square for the knight to protect the other knight, so I cannot play that by now. I can play b6, but then probably the bishop is going to be a little better later. So yeah, I'm a little stuck over here. So probably I can try something with my queen, like queen e8. Yeah, I'm gonna try this queen e8. I don't really see where it is going. I mean, I'm playing queen h5 and those things. I'm just activating the queen, but I have to admit I don't have like a clear threat with this. I'm just trying to improve my queen a little, since I don't see a way to make progress over the queen side by now. I'm just going to improve it over there. About the move f5, I'm thinking I can play it, but I don't think I have a rush with that, since I don't see I don't think he's going to trade by now. So well, queen h5 is fine, right? It's an idea. Well, maybe I play f5 soon, because he trades, I trade. He loses his central pawn. That's why I'm not really afraid of that. But yeah, now he's trading. You see? So I can't trade here, but then okay, yeah, definitely f5 is the move here to keep the bishop bad. And well, knight g5 is not a big deal. I mean, he's attacking the pawn, I defend it, and then I play a6. So probably I will play a6 very soon, so I get rid of any kind of knight g5. And then what? I have a passed pawn over here, so I could use it. Maybe rook a8 is a plan. and then push. That's an idea. The other idea is to play some b5. Okay, knight d2. We already mentioned this option. We could say we were going to capture either capture or play knight a5. That was our plan. Yeah, we stick to the plan of knight a5 and knight takes knight here. If he doesn't trade, I can't even trade. Okay, rook f3. That's a little weird. I mean, I don't think he can attack too much over there. I'm going to define the situation over there. Yeah, I'm going to trade and play knight c4 the next. Yeah. Okay, and knight c4. Wait. There's knight b3 here, but then he can play rook either c2 or d1. I don't get too much. So yeah, knight c4 should be the right move. And well, for the next moves, I have some ideas. There's this break at some point. I want to play that. The idea with this move is that I could play in the break, keeping my knight in the outpost, so the bishop cannot go over there. Yeah, I don't want to go to f7 to avoid any kind of g4 or something, so I just put the queen here. Maybe he will try something, but I have the feeling that he cannot get away from this situation on the queen side because I could create many problems. So I don't think he has any real attack over there. And I was saying I want to play b6 and capture with the rook, so the knight controls a3 and the bishop cannot get too active. So rook f2, yeah, he's coming over here. I think it's a good moment to react on the other side of the board as he's trying to attack. We play b6 here. If he takes, I take with the rook. But okay, he doesn't take, he's playing this. But again, I don't see any real threat, right? Or am I missing something here? I mean, rook g3, I just move my queen. What is the threat? I'm just getting one pawn for free here. And yeah, as long as the queen is not close, I don't think there's any tactics over there. I don't think the attack is going anywhere. And now this is a pawn for free, as we were saying. Bishop here not working. Rook g3, we said we would move the queen back to f7. He can try something with the queen, but in the end he's not going anywhere. I'm controlling h5. And now my plan is to use the b file with my rooks and get a lot of activity over there. Okay, rook g5, he wants to play g4, I think. So what do we do now? He wants to play g4. Not like a big problem, but maybe he has some ideas over there. Okay. h6 is not working, he just takes it. So maybe that's something to think about. But g4 is not the end of the work. I can just play g6 and then everything is more or less protected. So I'm going to play rook b8 and activate my pieces as much as I can. g4. Also rook h5 is a move, I just play h6. So g4, he's taking my pawn, I play g6. He takes, I take. Well, he's getting some initiative. Okay, so queen c2, he's playing this. What about this move? Queen a7. The queen is behind the pawn, so I could be pushing. The queen is still protecting the king side. And now I'm creating threats over there, so probably the king has to go over there. So yeah, and now what? Either rook b5 or rook a5. But now g4 is a little annoying, right? I think I'm going to try to trade queens with this idea of queen b7, queen b1. Also, he cannot play g4 so easily now because I have discovered ideas over there. So this queen b7 should be interesting. I'm looking at queen f2. I wonder how strong is it, because it's coming to the king side. And he's also attacking my rook over there. So yeah, queen f2 is a little... And I mean, I can play queen b1. But then he takes the rook, I take the bishop. Oh, no, I'm winning. Yeah, I'm winning. So queen f2 is not working. I just play queen b1. Oh, rook there. Well, g6, right? I don't think the sacrifice is working by now. I was saying queen f2, queen here, queen takes rook, queen takes bishop check, queen goes back, and then rook b1. And then I'm winning. Because I'm taking here, and if he takes, I take with mate. So yeah. This idea is going to be fine. It's going to defend the position. He can try h4, but then after this, I think I'm getting the bishop, and he doesn't have like too much with the two rooks. I think, and I hope. So let's see. Also, I have for like 1 minute or something, so I need to h4 with that queen b1. And a queen there. That's interesting. He wants to play h5 anyway. So now what? That's interesting. I will try to defend a little with the rook over there. Yeah, something was wrong there for me. I mean, that was not how I expected. Okay, I will try to defend with the two rooks over there. But yeah, as I was saying, there was nothing wrong. There was not... yeah. Well, something good is that his queen cannot go because I'm always taking the bishop over there. So... well, at least the queen is away from my king. That's something good. His queen cannot move, his bishop cannot move, so in the end, probably I'm not lost here. I have a good knight. So the only problem I have here is I need to get rid of those dangerous rooks, because if I don't do that, I'm going to be in trouble. Queen h5 is an idea, but I don't think it's so strong. I mean, I'm still getting the bishop, and I don't see how he gives me mate. I see he has many checks. Yeah, he has a draw at least. Oh, rook takes pawn. Oof. There is rook takes g2 here, right? Or knight e3 first? Okay, let's see. Rook takes g2. Let's see what he plays. He can come up. He doesn't have to take. If he takes, I play knight e3. And then I'm getting the queen. So he can come up, but then what? Queen here? Once he comes up, maybe I want to play rook g4, make sure the queen is not joining the attack over there, because if the queen comes, my king is completely discovered. So instead of queen e4, where he can play queen here, maybe I need to play... yeah, rook g4 first, yeah. So whatever he plays, assuming he's not going to capture the rook... oh, well, I check, and I take, right? I mean, there's still game ahead, because he has the rook and the bishop. But in the end, I'm better here. Well, I will try to capture this pawn on f4 in the next moves. It's the only unprotected pawn they have right now. I think I can take it wherever he plays. I can take some pawn, either f4 or c3, one of them. So king g3, queen d3 is what is going to happen. And then I take one pawn. And then he can take the pawn on a6. Oh! I can play queen f3 here. Oh. Okay, let's see. King here. Rook takes pawn. Okay, check. Go here. Yeah, rook takes pawn. Oh, bishop there. Is that a move? Rook takes pawn. I advance. If he discovers I play king here, he loses the rook. So let's see what he's gonna play now. Yeah. Probably he needs to move the rook, like rook there. Or king g4 is maybe an option. Okay, king g4. Do I go up like here? I think I'm gonna play that. Yeah. If he checks, I go there. And then I have threats with king and queen over there. Yeah. Something good is that the time is fine again. So yeah, okay. So check. Just to make sure I'm controlling the pawns, more or less, at least. Well, he can actually advance. And then what? He advances, I play king here. Oh, this is not looking so good, actually. Yeah. Maybe I have to repeat with checks. Maybe like some check over here. Maybe queen here. Queen here. Well, I'm going to win on time. But yeah, I have the feeling I was actually winning in the endgame. I probably made some big mistake over there. If you guys have any question, feel free to write it in the comments. Thank you, like, subscribe. See you on the next.